back to the program, and thanks so much for staying with us on this Free Up Friday. Free Up Friday, we normally drop the tie and we tone things down a bit, review all what's been happening over the past week, and look ahead to an exciting weekend across our beautiful island of St. Lucia. Good morning to you and yours, wherever it is that you are viewing us from. We have a large following in Martinique. So, bonjour, tout le monde en Martinique. Merci à Chai, qui a écouté nous. So, bonjour, st.lucia, ce programme sur la Hot 7 TV. Merci à Chai, bonne journée, everyone in Martinique who's tuned in. A large following in Martinique. St. Martin is a following. We'll show you the graphics. Perhaps we can show you the graphics of where it is that we've been following. We are being followed before we end at 9 o'clock. Very interesting demographic of views. Good morning to everyone on the Facebook Live as well. Hi, Dosha. It's been a while. Good morning, and thanks for joining us. We also say happy Friday to you, D. Pamela Jean as well, who's tuned in. Good morning, Pamela. Christine Alexander. Catherine Popo, who's been up from morning. Miss Stanislas, good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us, and each and every one following on the Facebook Live. And you at home as well on the Hot 7 Plug and Play. Miss Lou Boy in downtown Castries. She's always on. Miss Fortuna, good morning. Miss Fortuna Anthony, good morning. Everyone in Soufrière, we have a large following in Soufrière. After Castries, the next best community following us online, that is Soufrière. But some 2,000 households are connected to us via the Hot 7 Plug and Play on the island, and we say good morning to each and every one of you. Thanks so much for waking up with us and making us your choice. 12 minutes now after 7. Up next, we go beyond the headlines.
Beyond the Headlines is sponsored by Flow.
Morning, thanks for staying with us. We're on the go with Flow this morning into our Beyond the Headlines segment, where we review matters of national interest, what's trending here on our beautiful island of St. Lucia. If you're a sports fan, you have been following everything football over the past week here on the beautiful island of St. Lucia. Lots of goals have been scored so far in the first round. 6 teams have booked their spot and march on to the second round. 2 more spots are available and will be sealed off this weekend as action continues to wrap up the first round and commence the next round of the Blackheart football tournament. Let's get all the analysis now from a good old gentleman, good friend of the show and of Blackheart, Mr. Cornelius Chiny Jean-Louis. Bonjour, Chiny. Thanks for waking up early and thanks for joining us on the platform.
Yeah, bonjour le bon. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. Nice to be here. Nice to have you. Lots of goals scored thus far in the first round. Break it down for us. How many times have we seen the onion bag rattle so far in the first round of Blackheart?
Well, we've had 2 games on Saturday, like Sunday, and 2 on Wednesday. That's 6 games in all. 1 goal was scored in the first, 3 in the second. That's for Miku Grizzly 4-2. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 goals so far has been scored in
so far in 6 games. That's a good start. So really impressive, the quality of football on show thus far.
Yeah, of course, Shannon, very true indeed. After the 2-year absence, I thought the boys would be looking rusty, but it seemed that they were playing in every little corner that they could have find, and even still taking the sweats, on the fields and whatnot. So they're looking sharp, man.
Yeah, I will talk about Chiny, how much that the surface at Soufrière contributed to the quality of play a little later. But quickly, any surprises for you so far in the first round, or did it turn out to how you thought it would?
Well, no real surprises because let me tell you, all the teams making it through to Blackheart, I mean, these are teams that you should expect good football from. They are very big teams, and I know that they gotta go home like you've seen surprises. This is no surprise. All the big teams will go home one day, and it will be left on to only 2 of them, and one will win the championship. All of them are big teams. To me, surprises is like those surprises. You have to expect, somebody got to go home and somebody got to stay.
Yeah. So let's break it down. So far, the defending champions, Viewfort South, have sealed their spot. Deriso also in there.
Yeah,
Marsha also in there. That's 3.
Yeah, very true.
That's 3. Leclerc is also in there. A team to watch.
Very true. Yeah.
Let's move to the other side. The other side of the island.
We have Soufrière there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Grizzly there.
Grizzly as well. All big teams. Several former champions already in there. It's tight.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah, you have 2 games. You have 2 games this weekend. It's going to be held at Soufrière because of the soggy conditions in Mabouya Valley. Break it down for us. Who's playing this weekend?
This weekend on Saturday, you'll see Dennery coming up against Central Castries, and of course Mabouya Valley will play Ancillary. Games are at 6 and 8 respectively.
Dennery, that's on Saturday. Mabouya Valley.
Yeah.
And then Ancillary will play. Chinese still with us. Just break it down for us again. On Saturday, wrapping up the first round, we have Dennery who will face Central Castries.
Central Castries and Mabouya will face Ancillary.
Mabouya will face Ancillary. Interesting matchups there. That wraps up the first round. How does it look for the next round? We already see some teams seeded for what is going to be an exciting quarters.
Yeah, for the next round, we already have 4 teams being seeded. That is Grizzly, they'll play Marchand, and of course Leclerc will play Soufrière. That's on Sunday. And the Mabouya Valley Ancillary game, the winners of this game will come up against Viewfort South, and of course the winner of the Central Castries and of course Dennery game will come up against Deriso. So that will be the Wednesday's game.
Very, very interesting in as far as the upcoming schedule. It looks a bit too close to call now, Chiny.
Yeah, Yeah, you can say so. Like I was been mentioning, Shannon, all the teams are considered to be top teams on the island. So to me, there's no surprises. We have big teams going home like Canaries because they went down to Vivat South,
Yeah.
2-1. We had Noah Nicholas and Moses Henry scoring for Viewfort there, and Canaries they were playing at 10. They were 2 down, and when they received the red card, they played even much better and they scored a goal. So, and Canaries is the best defensive team on the island, I can tell you. No joke. So teams like Canaries going home, yeah, teams like Mikud going home because Mikud, they were in the finals. They won 2 Blackheart finals on the Posh Providence and on the another coach also. So as you could say, they're big teams and they're going home. So they gotta go home. One gotta go and one gotta stay.
We'll see how it shapes up this weekend, definitely. Finally, Chiny, talk about the atmosphere in Soufrière at the mini stadium and the condition of the pitch. The pitch really contributing to the quality of play that we've seen thus far, and perhaps the amount of goals, 14 in 6 games.
Yeah, the atmosphere down in Soufrière is very electrifying. The people are excited so that as the games came back, to the surface and the newly reconstructed area, on the AstroTurf, where it's much better, in the season that we experiencing. This is the hurricane season, and the Larissus field is not conducive for play. So the place is nice, the people, they are very welcoming people down in Soufrière. So I expect everything to run smooth because, as I say, we're going to stay in Soufrière.
And I say differently, we're going back to Viewfort South with the trophy. You say you stayed in Soufrière. I don't know if you're being creative with your choice of words, but I'm back in Viewfort South all the way in 2022.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. You gotta support a team, Shannon. I agree. Everybody has their team, but at the end of the day, one will be successful and the other will, bow out.
Yeah.
And talking about goals, like you said, in the first game, they defeated Labrie goal to nil. Brent Willie scored for them. Viewfort South, they defeated Canaries 2-1. Noah Nicholas and Moses Henry scoring for Viewfort South. And Rio Longville scored for Canaries. In the Mikud-Grosile encounter, Mikud went down to Grosile 4-2. That is Aaron Richard and Brendan Eugene for Grosile, and Baggio Edward scoring 2 for Grosile also. And Kyron Masler and Cody Fannis scored for Miku. In the Soufrière game against Viewfort North, Jadel Phillip had both goals for Soufrière, and Devon O'Brien scored for Viewfort North. In the Marsha and South Castries game, Joshua Laporte and of course Levi Medrick scored for Marsha. This game ended 2-0. And La Clery Barbon, Jonathan Aline and Andres Remy scored for La Clery. This game ended 2-0. So as you can see, 6 games, a good amount of goals has been scored. Like we said, 14. Yeah, we're expecting for more.
The action continues this weekend. Chiny, we'll talk again soon. Thanks so much for breaking it down for us and for providing us with all the insight.
All right, thank you very much. It was nice being with you.
You're welcome, Mr. Cornelius, a Chinese Jean-Louis football analyst, talking everything Blackheart. 14 goals scored in 6 games. More matches this weekend in Sulphur City, Soufrière. You want to take in all of the action and be down that has been pulsating thus far, and definitely the atmosphere, we expect it to remain the same, even increasing in intensity when the whistle is blown, signaling the start of the games this weekend, Saturday and Sunday in Sulphur City, Soufrière. We'll take a short commercial break. My next guest is already standing by from the National Youth Council on St. Lucia to get in already for you their General Assembly, the NYC G. I don't know why I keep mixing it up and referred it to the UNGA. It's the NYC General Assembly and not the United Nations General Assembly. Stay with us. My next guest, the PRO of the National Youth Council, is already standing by to go beyond the headlines. Free Up Friday. Good morning and thank you so very much for joining us. It's a vibe always at sunrise.
Beyond the Headlines is sponsored by Flow.